Welcome to the Lachey Johnson podcast. Today, you are going to hear a very brief conversation with a close friend of mine that has joined our book club, The Garden Within. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy even the fun with the technology issues that we had. We still had a great conversation. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Saturday morning. Yay, April 6th. Listen, I am not going to be on long, but I am back because I am hosting a book club. It is The Garden Within. And I have a couple of ladies who have agreed to come and share their thoughts about the book. So I have another person. Last week I was on with Miss Pam Major, amazing. She almost made me like, my knees just buckled, some of the stuff that she had to say. So I had to bring another friend back with me this Saturday. And I'm hoping you guys enjoy the conversation. I'm looking to see if she is here yet. I don't see allow viewers. Yep, no viewers yet. So I'm waiting to see where she's at. I'm gonna text her soon if she don't just jump right on, cause I told her right around. Let me see where she at. Recently, I'm looking to see. All right, child. Listen, it's Saturday morning. She might have overslept, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna invite her now. All right, so I sent the invite to her. We'll see if she will jump on. But until then, I just want to share that I am doing a book club with a group of ladies, and the book is The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. I know it probably feels like that's all I'm talking about right now, because guess what? I am tending to my garden. So yes, that is all what I'm talking about right now. And so I'm not going to be on long, but I do want to share just a quote from one of her chapters. It's called Water, Water Everywhere. That's the name of the chapter. And Dr. Phillips says, a garden is much more sensitive system. If I pull a plant out of the ground and lay it on the table, the plant will die. If it cannot exist outside of its own system. And what it says is, in the same way, your thoughts don't exist separately from your feelings. Your heart is the soil of your life. The roots of your mind are anchored there. So wait a minute. It looks like you're trying to reach me. Okay. All right. Oh, I see Miss Amy. Hey, Miss Amy. Yes. Are you feeling better? Yes. I saw that you did the walking challenge too. I thought that was so super cool. I missed it. I had an unusual week. Let's just say that. I had an unusual week. I had a couple of different appointments, and I'm trying to see guest request. Yep. I'm waiting for her to find me. You do. Good. I'm so glad you feel better. Who else is watching? Can somebody get in touch with my guest that's supposed to be joining me this morning? I love technology. Let me just first say that. Not to mention that I have a mentor that is always showing me how to fumble. Okay, I see my guest. I see her. I see her there. I see her there. So listen, before I bring her on, I just need to share again that I have been reading this book with another group of women, and it was so good. I just was like, I want to pay this forward to others. So whether you were able to join the book club, or if you're reading it on your own, each Saturday I have and will be bringing on someone from the book club so that they can share their thoughts, so you can hear someone other than me. I see you, Miss Donna. I see you. Let me get ready to bring her on. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yay! Adding. Oh, good morning, Dr. Davis. I saw that your ladies are on a trip. I love that. I love that they have girl time. I love it so much. All right. She's here. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit because it's a little low.
Okay.
So last week I was laughing because I was trying to be fancy and I had my podcast mic still on, but I didn't have the other piece hooked up. So me and Pam were talking and I couldn't hear nothing. Then I went back to listen to the video and I was like, clearly it was coming through. Yes, they are back. I'm glad they're back, Dr. D. I'm glad. That was beautiful though. I love that the ladies get to do the lady thing and the guys do the guy thing. So anyway, Don, we're not going to be on long. I can see people coming in now just to check out, but I wanted to share again that I've been hosting a book club, The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips, and there were some women who said yes to joining me. And Donna D, that's what I'm gonna call you if it's all right.
Okay.
I've known her for a very, very long time. She's so special to me, unique. I always call her the undercover mayor of Trenton, New Jersey. And she's so humble. She's so humble, y'all. You know, when you walk in who you are and you are clear about who you are, it just exudes. So I'm extremely attracted to Donna's influence in our community and how she cares. I remember a couple years ago, she did something called Water Walkers. It turned into a whole thing. She ain't smart enough. I'm gonna just say it. Donna ain't smart enough. God is with her. Is that okay for me to say that, Donna?
Yeah.
She ain't smart enough. God gave her, the Holy Spirit spoke to her, and she did a thing for the city, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So today, I asked Donna to jump on with me and share some of her thoughts around this book. Good morning, Renee. Around this book, The Garden Within. And some of you probably are getting tired of me talking about it, but like I said, this is just a season that I'm in. I am tending to my garden. I am awakening who I am and how God has created me to be. And Donna, I started off by sharing just a quick quote before we jump into our conversation from chapter 6. It's called Water, Water Everywhere. And I'm gonna read it again because I see some more people joining us. It says, a garden is a much more sensitive system. If I pull a plant out of the ground and lay it on the table, the plant will die. It cannot exist outside of the system. In the same way, your thoughts don't exist separately from your feelings. Your heart is the soil of your life. The roots of your mind are anchored there. And one of the things that I was sharing with Pam on last Saturday was that it just feels like as believers, we like tend to not want to be in touch with our feelings because it's like, won't he do it? Yes, Jesus will do it, but he also knows the infirmity and the pain that we feel. And so I feel like Dr. Anita has done a great job in inviting us to slow down and really connect around all the parts, our biological makeup, our spiritual makeup, our emotional makeup. And it's so great. So Donna, thank you so much for saying yes. I see you got your serious face on, but you better be you for me, because I need Donna this morning. You understand what I'm saying? So you know how to be like button up and fly right. No, just be Donna. So the couple of questions that I want to ask to you, Donna, as we're reading the book as a group is, Dr. Anita says, intentionally cultivating your garden often requires you to remove some things. Are there relationships, jobs, guilty pleasures, or distractions that you may need to pluck? And can you identify what you need to remove in order for your life to flourish?
Well, I did take some thought to that quote and the question and the challenge. And most of what I came up with was basically starting with me first, like starting with myself and how I can show up at times insecure, how sometimes I can show up not really acknowledging all of what, God has created me to be. Sometimes I don't always think that it's possible, like things are really possible and available to me and that I'm deserving of it. So I think before I even went outside of all of those, somewhat fruits from the roots, I had to kind of dig, I had to kind of think about, how my foundation is and how I need to uproot some of those insecurities within and fear, of moving on. So you were exactly right when you was like, oh, God did that, in my life, because I don't know that I would always have the courage to just go out and do it. Like he kind of just throws it on me in a sense. and then I grab it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the case of Water Walkers, I think that my god sister Erin is watching us now, and it started with Erin and I just basically in the pool enjoying, that summer day at the public pool, and I'm like, girl, take me, and then I'm just like, come and join me, and let's do work. Like it was just nothing planned.
Yeah.
It was very spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think if it probably was like planned out, it probably wouldn't even be what it is like, today. Yeah.
I'd have to agree. Most of the things that I feel like God has invited me to do, I'm just stumbling in it by saying yes. Because if he gives me all the details, Donna, I'm gonna run. Like people who don't know me, they don't know that I'm really an introvert that has now have understand that I'm really an ambivert. I really enjoy being alone.
Well, wait a minute.
I say things
like,
I like to,
What is an ambivert?
An ambivert is somebody that is naturally introverted, but they can be extroverted when they need to be.
Oh, okay.
So for me, like I naturally like to draw in by myself, and I say things like I would rather blend into the wall like paint, but God has other plans. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely can't tell me the whole script because I'm a abandon it. I'm likely gonna manipulate it. I'm gonna work around it. So he definitely can't tell me. So that's what I love about you and your obedience to what God invites you to do. So I know we're not going to be on here long, but again, The Garden Within, Dr. Anita Phillips. If you don't have the book, this is not sponsored in any way. I shared with you all last Saturday that I am a part of another circle that introduced the book to me, and we were fortunate enough to have Dr. Anita come on as a host with the person that was hosting the book club. So that was very, very special to me. And so when I think about where I am as a believer, as a mother, as a daughter, we don't even have enough time today, Donna, to even talk about what my week was like, but knowing that I'm tending to my garden, to my soil, to my heart, and acknowledging some of the pain, the fear, the frustration that I'm dealing with, knowing that God already knows. It's almost like somebody goes to prayer and you want to give him the pretty flattery prayer, and he's like, okay, I'm waiting for the real you to show up. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, what I say is that when I go to prayer, I'm not acknowledging him of anything new. I'm simply getting an agreement with who he said he was. So if I need healing, then that's what I'm gonna call for. But sometimes as believers, we turning around and we high-fiving our neighbor, and like I said, won't he do it? He will do it, but there's a part that we need to do as well. And I think watching you live out your life in the way that you have, in the years of service that you have given to your community, to your family. By the way, I ran into your aunt the other day. I told you I'm attracted to it, but you and I talk privately, and I know what that feeling and what that struggle is. And I think that's what this book is doing. It's digging up and inviting us to acknowledge and give language to the things that we're feeling, because we know that God, he didn't intend for us to live in fear. He didn't intend for us to live in shame. He didn't intend for us to live where we're comparing one another, but he uniquely created us. Psalms 139, right? So that's what I love about you. So thank you for sharing that with us. Now, as we get ready to kind of wrap up, here's the other thing that Dr. Anita says. She says, the enemy of cultivation is speed. And if you try to do all things at once, you may deplete the soil rather than restore it. Cultivate the practice of slowing down. So this is what I think about the Sabbath and how important that is, right? And she said, how do you feel about the current speed of your life? And what do you need to change? What needs to change the pace of how you are living right now? So is there anything that has you with all the balls in the air?
Well, again, I think that a lot of times God just dropped things into my lap, but I don't mind. I don't mind that so much, because again, when it comes down to planning things, it kind of that part kind of I don't know, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Like even in our conversation today, you did share with me, the quotes and things of that nature, that you might mention, right? And so now I'm just so like, nervous around I'm just so nervous around getting it right, if it, for lack of better words. And if we would have just spontaneously did it, I mean, I appreciate, don't get me wrong, I appreciate um uh having some foreknowledge on what we're going to discuss.
Yep.
I do appreciate that. However, I'm nervous. Whereas when things drop spontaneously, it's just I'm reacting.
Yeah.
But as far as the speed is concerned, I have to learn how to sit down, and I do have to learn how to prepare. So that whatever it is getting the best of me. That I'm showing up in my best self. You understand what I'm saying? But it is a certain for lack of better words, worry that I go through, or anxiety even that I may go through, trying to prepare and trying to be right. Trying to have
Donna,
it right.
I'm gonna have to have you come back, because you're speaking my language 100%. A part of why I struggle, oh God, I'm gonna go all over the place. Part of why I struggle is exactly what you're saying. Like, I know God has invited me to do something, but sometimes I'm so concerned about straightening up and flying right. I'll give you a perfect example. You see my hair? When I get off this call, I'm gonna go on and wash it. Now, I was supposed to go get my hair done. But I get more compliments when it look like this than when I go to the actual salon. Why? Because it's something about my personality that people are seeing when I'm just all natural. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, I don't get it right. If I told you about a video I did last week, I did tell you about it. I started to take it down because I woke up late and I did brush my teeth. But for whatever reason, I ain't gonna point it out, because then somebody gonna go to the video and try to look. But I was just like, yo, that's a mess. And you out here and people seeing you, and you ain't polished, and you ain't glam. You don't have a glam squad. First of all, I'm not even kind of a glam kind of girl, but nevertheless, I so get that. And the enemy I'll talk to myself, has been using that, the fear of getting it right. Like, what is getting right? Getting right for me, Don, is me saying yes to him, period. Like, I'm to the point now where I'm like, I'm done. This is it. This is all I got. I'm 51. Like, either I'm going to do it, or I'm not going to do it. So I don't get it right. And even what we're doing here, it's not what I envisioned, but I said yes to him. So again, going live last week, come on, shame the devil. Last week when I went live in my private space. Why? Because I was still hiding. And I'm like, you got a broader audience or friend group, let me correct myself, friend group in this space. Why you over here? And then I ended up sharing it. So you speak in my language. That's why we attract each other in that way. So whether I've got questions here to help me think through, because I'm like, okay, when I get on the call, what we going to talk about? Because I know me and you can go all over the place. So that encourages me to know that sometimes we just go off the cuff and it just rolls because the Holy Spirit is in us. And other times when we do have the prep, it gives us this idea and the thought of what to think about. So I totally get that. I could tell you that when it comes to cultivating and slowing down for me, I do work for my church. And so Monday is what we call our Sabbath for most of us. That's my day. I unplug, I refresh, I reset. However, Peter Scazzaro, I don't know if you ever took this course, Donna, with the church, Emotionally Healthy Leader, talks about the paid and unpaid work. So a lot of times I'm not doing the paid work, but I'm still doing laundry. I'm still doing grocery shopping. And really what God has invited me to do, just slow down. Just like find something that really brings you a lot of joy. And it doesn't have to be. And I'm like, well, I enjoy cleaning my house. It's like, no, I want you to not be working. So I'm working through that. The other thing that I wanted to share and pull out a little bit before we get off is that your creativity and the way you write, the way you present your business. I've said this to you before. I know. Don't get mad at me. I see you smiling. I see that you need others around you. It makes me think of when we worked together at Village Charter and we had a person, I'll just say a person who worked there, and this man would say, I don't do anything that other people can do, right? So if Donna is the creative visionary of her production, of her writing, of her, like, you need other people to do those other pieces. And that's what I've always been praying for you. That will also allow you to be able to slow down when you are able to get those creative thoughts out. So you're not worrying about all the other pieces. And you've got so many people that are talented and gifted that love you, that don't want nothing from you because they don't know you got the connect. See, this is the thing that cracks me up is that people be sleeping on the fact that you know people and you can drop names, but you don't do that. And that's what I love about you. The way you move, it's not like showy. It's not like I'm like, no, she's confident, she's clear about who she is. Look, Lauren said Donna is the bomb.com. She is amazing. You see what I'm saying? So you got people that are around you to help you have that rhythm of producing what you want to produce. You want to say something to that, Miss Donna?
Well, I just want to thank my god sister for saying she's here for me, and I want to thank Lauren and Hope, and I just see a lot of our sisters in Christ and our friends, and I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you for the compliment as well. I see Jazz and Candace. And these are some of the women too that I was able to celebrate during Women's Month. Hey, Kimberly. So I want to thank everybody that actually, supports me, because I don't really look at myself as, this big showy person, but I do know that I have gifts, and I do know that I have talents, and I do know that my heart is to bless people through them. I really, really, really want to thank you for the book club, because it is providing us with an extra layer of support. And it's a so needed subject. Our emotional health is just so important. I mean, it's extremely important. I mean, because without it, there's a lot of things we just can't do. Yeah. Like we can't do business together if we're not emotionally stable. We can't grow. We can't move forward. And I've really, really, really been experiencing this through these the avenues that I've been engaged with, like the Water Walkers and the plays and all that. Like, if I'm not stable emotionally, then it's not going to be a successful experience or event. But also, I do want to say this about this book as well. It is giving us language, because one thing that I find kind of sort of in the church sometimes is that they expect us just to be like okay. Emotionally, they expect us to be okay with our feelings, and we have to show up in church like we're okay, and sometimes we're not. And I think so. I think that she gave us language to speak on, to articulate what is in our hearts. And she allows us to be okay with feeling a certain kind of way. Now, I do understand we got to manage it, but I think sometimes the church do a poor job at allowing us to have feelings. I mean, I understand, the mission and the vision and the moving and the grooving and all the parts, that make up what our mission is. as a whole, you know, and basically that's to save souls. However, in the process of that, you know, there is a healing process that needs to go on that she clearly says
Yes.
is our responsibility, is our
Yes.
responsibility. But I am appreciative that she gives us language, that she allows us to feel, and she allows us to explore our emotions and feelings.
Yes. Listen, Donna, you, the people are asking all the questions. So I know we went a little bit longer, so hopefully that's okay. But this is the book, y'all. It's The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips, where the war with your emotion ends and your most powerful life begins. And I will say this, because Donna and I do attend the same church, this book club is not church related. This is something that God laid on my heart outside. So there are other ladies that I connect with from around the world from another circle that he just said he invited me to pay the book forward because of a book club that I was in. And so I did do that. But you can get the book on Amazon. You could probably go to Dr. Anita's site. It's probably everywhere books are sold, quite honestly. She's been on a lot of different shows just talking through the book and inviting people to read it. And Donna, I think you said it best when you said that we are responsible for our own emotional healing. Sometimes we will put it on other people, but what I hear is that we are still better together. So even though I can be the person that's responsible for my healing, to be in community and to be connected and to be in a safe space. And that's what I think this book club has done, because none of you knew who was being invited, right? And God was very intentional in the way that he directed who was to be there. And I said, hey, if you guys have someone on your heart that you think should be a part of it, just let me know, because it was a God thing. It wasn't a Lachey thing. It was us coming together from different walks of life, bringing different experiences about what it means to be emotionally healthy, to be whole, and to know that Christ is still Lord. You know, it doesn't take away that he's the Savior. It doesn't take away that he's the one that heals, but the responsibility for us to acknowledge it. And so I'm going to close us out with these two quotes from the book. One of the things Dr. Anita says is, knowing Jesus guarantees your salvation. It does not guarantee your emotional health. The other thing she says is, you can become more aware of your emotions by noticing how your body feels. And so I would say to those that are watching and those that will come back and listen to this, is to pay attention to your body. I shared with Donna just briefly when we first jumped on, I've been to a lot of different doctor's appointments, and some of the stuff that I am engaging has a lot to do with me not paying attention to my body, whether it's what I'm eating, how I'm moving my body, and if I'm allowing myself to be anxious or have stressful thoughts. See, sometimes we don't realize that some of the elements that come on, it doesn't necessarily have to be inherited. It's like you just worrying yourself to death. So take care of your body. Make sure you're drinking your water. Pick up the book. Pick it up. This is the other thing that I said, this is the other thing that I shared last week. I have this book on Audible. So I believe if you do not have an Audible account, I can gift one person a free Audible download to listen. So if you don't have an Audible account, and whoever first come, first serve puts it in the chat and lets me know, I will make sure you share your email with me. You can DM if you don't want to make it public. I can send the link to you, but only one person, and you cannot have had already created an Amazon Audible account, because the book is so good. I got a hard copy, and I like to listen to it when I'm driving. So Donna, I love you. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you want to say before we wrap up? I'm going to come back next Saturday with another one of our book club members to have them weigh in on the book as well. But is there anything else you want to say before we hang up?
I just want to thank you for definitely having me on. I appreciate the time and space. And again, I think that the book is great. I hope that you are encouraging, that you move forward in this book club, because it is helpful. And again, the support is needed. And that's all. That's all.
All right. Now, see, I thought I was done, but you just said something again. I'm gonna remind you of what I told you. You ready? A part of what God has next for me is locked up in you.
Oh, wait a minute now.
A part of what he has next for me is
Okay.
locked up in you. I told you that last week. So I just want you to keep praying about it, because again, this experience is something that came to me during the pandemic. And I've just been saying yes to the next thing that he's been inviting me to do. But I do believe some of the conversations that you and I have had, I'll leave it at that. There's more. There's more to come. There's more to come. I do see the ladies in here asking again. This is the book. Thank you, Hope Marshall, my sister. The Garden Within, Dr. Anita Phillips. You can Google it. Again, Amazon has it for sure. I know some people are asking about the book club. What I will also do, and this is, again, I'm just following the prompt right now, Donna, because you opened it up, is that I created what's called a teachable course, but it isn't a course, where because the ladies and I, we are mindful of all that God is doing in and through our lives. We don't get together regularly. So over the course of 15 chapters, we're really just meeting 2 or 3 times, which is why I'm coming here in this space to pay it forward on Saturday, so others can kind of hear what people are saying about the book, and then you can get the book. But I will drop the link. It's a free platform where what I've done is I put questions, and there's some videos from me that just encourages the ladies to keep reading throughout their time. I will share that in my public space. You're welcome to join it. It's free, and that's a way for you to stay connected. But the book club in general is closed, so I do apologize for that. Those that are already in, we've already started, and we've got 2 more sessions. But come back next Saturday, and I think I already know, based on this chat, who's gonna join me next week to be able to share and pay it forward. We are certainly better together. I am paying this forward. I'm so grateful to be connected to women like Donna. So Donna, thank you so much for your yes in this moment. And I thank you that God is already preparing the next yes for what's to come. So love you guys so much. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Take care. Love you.